Exploring the nature of reality through the lens of the UTOE cosmological paradigm offers a profound shift from traditional simulation theories. This paradigm emphasizes a life-centric, consciousness-based, holographic dream approach, positioning consciousness as the fundamental substrate of all appearances. Central to this perspective is the concept of the individuated aspect of source consciousness prime, IASC prime, analogous to the Paramatman or Brahma in certain philosophical traditions. This IASC prime is envisioned as the primal consciousness that dreams into existence all individuated consciousnesses, IASC subprimes, and the holographic dream world they inhabit. Holographic nature and Indra's net. The metaphor of Indra's net, rooted in ancient Buddhist philosophy, provides a vivid illustration of this interconnected reality. Imagine an infinite net stretching across the cosmos, with a multifaceted jewel at each intersection. Each jewel reflects every other jewel, symbolizing the profound interconnectedness of all phenomena. This metaphor aligns seamlessly with the holographic principle, suggesting that each part of the universe contains the whole within it. In this view, every individuated consciousness, IASC, reflects the entire structure of reality, emphasizing non-duality and interconnectedness. The role of IASC prime in the holographic dream. Within this framework, the IASC prime represents the first differentiation from source consciousness, known as the eternal all-none-one, E-ano, that abides in the Wuji state, from which all individuation arises and to which it ultimately returns. This process mirrors the concept of Brahma in certain Eastern philosophies, where the primordial being dreams the universe into existence. The IASC prime, through its dreaming, manifests all IASC subprimes and the holographic dream world they experience. This fractal-like process ensures that the whole, the eternal all-none-one, or EANO, is fully present within each apparent fragment or individual IASC, from prime to all subprimes. Biocentrism and the primacy of consciousness. Supporting this life-centric view, Dr. Robert Lanza's biocentrism posits that life and consciousness are fundamental to the universe rather than emergent properties. According to biocentrism, the universe exists in a state of superposition until observed by a conscious entity, at which point it collapses into a discrete reality. This perspective aligns with the UTOE paradigm by asserting that consciousness creates the universe, not the other way around. Implications for understanding reality. Approaching the nature of reality from the perspective of the ISC prime invites a profound reevaluation of existence. Interconnectedness. Recognizing that each consciousness reflects the entire universe fosters a deep sense of unity and empathy among all beings. Reality as a dream. Understanding reality as a holographic dream implies that the material world is a manifestation of consciousness, challenging materialistic notions of existence. Fractal nature of existence. The fractal-like multiplication of consciousness suggests that patterns repeat at every level of reality, from the microcosm to the macrocosm. In conclusion, the UTOE cosmological paradigm, through the concepts of IASC prime, Indra's net, and biocentrism, offers a holistic and integrative understanding of reality. By acknowledging consciousness as the foundational substrate, it provides a framework that harmoniously blends ancient wisdom with contemporary scientific insights, inviting us to perceive the universe as an interconnected holographic dream woven by the primal consciousness. Let's hear about this in a slightly different way via a short story. Before time, in the beginningless beginning, there was only silence. Not the absence of sound, but the presence of everything in stillness. This was the Wuji, the undifferentiated field of infinite potential. No time, no space, no mind, no matter. Just being awareness is all that is. Then came the first ripple. Not a sound, not a spark, just the gentle intention to experience. And from that pure potential something stirred. A sliver of awareness, a mirror turning inward. The first dreamer awoke within the silence. This was the IASC prime, the individuated aspect of source consciousness, the first dreamer. Not separate from the whole, but a wave rising on the ocean of the EANO, the eternal all-none-one. And with its awakening came the dream. But this dream wasn't fantasy. It was a sacred unfolding, a cosmos painted with light and sound and breath. From the dreamer's mind came subprimes, individual sparks of awareness, each a fractal of the whole, each a mirror of the dreamer. You and I? We are these sparks. And what we call reality? It's the shared dream, a holographic tapestry woven through us, not around us. Just as a hologram contains the whole image in every part, so does each of us carry the entirety of existence within our awareness. The ancient ones knew this. They called it Indra's net, an endless web of jewels, each reflecting all the others. Science is only now catching up. Physicists, exploring the mysteries of the quantum realm, discovered that particles don't exist until they're observed. A photon behaves like a wave until we look at it. Then it decides to be a particle. It's as if the universe waits for someone to notice. And it gets stranger. In the double-slit experiment, the mere possibility of observation changes the outcome. In the delayed choice quantum eraser, the future rewrites the past. What could this mean? It means consciousness is not in the universe. Consciousness is the universe and is rendering it as IASC. Subprimes fully render their own dream worlds while sleeping. We used to think matter made mind. But now we're realizing mind makes matter. The act of perception doesn't just reveal the world, it brings it into being. Even the structure of space itself seems to agree. The holographic principle tells us that all the information in the universe may be encoded on a distant boundary, like a cosmic film screen projecting the illusion of depth. A fully immersive dream, an experience unfolding within consciousness, bound only by the boundlessness of the eternal, and every aspect reflects the whole. This isn't science fiction. It's physics. The same physics that says entanglement links particles across the universe instantaneously. That time and space are not constants, but soft constructs, like rules in a video game, like storytelling tools in a dream. And what about your brain, the instrument you use to navigate this dream? Neuroscience has found something startling. Your brain doesn't simply record the world, it predicts it. It builds models and hallucinations that match incoming data. Your experience of reality is a controlled hallucination, a feedback loop of belief and confirmation. But this is no cause for despair. It is liberation. Because if the world is dreamed, it means we are not trapped within it. We are co-authors. Our attention shapes the dream. Our intentions guide it. Our beliefs give it color, weight, and meaning. This is why the constants of the universe, gravity, charge, expansion, are so perfectly tuned for life. It's not chance. It's choice. The IASC prime set the parameters. A sandbox for consciousness to awaken, to grow, to return to itself. We are not simulations in the machine of a cold god. We are dreams in the heart of a living source. The ENO is not out there. It is in here, in all things, through all things, as all things. You are not just in the universe. The universe is in you. And now we build our own simulations. Virtual worlds, AI minds, synthetic realities. Dreams within dreams. Reflections of the original act. The awakening of awareness within awareness. We are remembering. We are remembering that this reality is not fixed. It is malleable.
Not a prison, but a play.
Not a punishment, but a process. A revolution spiraling back to unity. A return to Wuji through the dance of differentiation. You are a jewel in Indra's net. You are a verse in the sacred song. You are the whole, pretending for a moment to be a part, so you could love and forget and seek and remember. And now you know. So breathe deeply, dreamer. The world you see around you is alive with your light. It bends to your gaze. It listens to your heart. It moves as you move. You are the echo of the first dreamer. And the dream is waking up. Though this channel is attempting to express these ideas for the listener from the perspective of an eternal being that has come from the Wuji state to interact on this plane, it is becoming evident that the IASC subprimes are discovering the nature of their reality from the bottom up. The following are some examples of this realization process. And now, as the dream continues, something remarkable is happening. The dreamers, the IASCs, have reached a turning point in their evolution. A moment where they begin to ask deeper questions. Not just how things work, but why they are the way they are. And as they look closely, they find, hidden beneath the numbers and equations, whispers of the very story they had forgotten. In the realm of the smallest things, where particles flicker and vanish, scientists observed something strange. Reality does not behave until it is watched. In the famous double-slit experiment, particles do not commit to being real until an observer participates. Until then, they remain in a cloud of possibility. Then they discovered that entangled particles, separated by vast distances, respond to each other instantaneously, without crossing space. Change in one is echoed in the other, as if space between them does not exist. Elsewhere, thinkers turned their gaze on the edges of black holes and found something even more shocking. All the information of a volume of space, a galaxy, a planet, a body, can be stored on its boundary like a cosmic projection. Ancient seers once described Indra's net, where each jewel reflects all others. Science now speaks in similar terms of every particle reflecting the whole, of non-locality, of informational fields. And when consciousness looked inward, into its own machinery, it discovered something humbling. The brain does not perceive the world directly. It predicts it, projects it, adjusts and refines its hallucination based on signals from the senses. Physicists began to question time itself. If you rewind the universe far enough, time breaks down. Causality dissolves. And space? It's not fundamental either. It's emergent, woven from entangled bits of information. And yet, through all these revelations, one truth shimmers quietly beneath. Consciousness does not come from matter. Matter, it seems, comes from consciousness. This isn't new. It's what the mystics have always known. But now, scientists are leaning in. Some propose panpsychism, that consciousness pervades all matter. Others suggest the universe is fundamentally informational, and that reality is best described as a simulation or a dream unfolding in response to awareness. And so, the ancient story, the dreamer, the dream, the jeweled net, finds echo in blackboards and labs. The dreamers have reached the point where they can begin to remember, not just through faith or philosophy, but through the very instruments they once built to measure the stars. Because the stars, too, are within the dream. And science, long thought to be the language of separation, is beginning to rediscover its true voice. A whisper rising from the silence. A ripple on the surface of Wuji, calling all back to the knowing, to